Hey kids, today we're going to dive into ATP Synthase. Who's ready? Where do we get the energy we need to function? Most immediately, food, like hamburgers. But how do our bodies harness the nutrients and energy we get from food and turn it into energy we can use for chemical processes that our bodies depend on? Glycolysis uses glucose, a simple sugar that we get from carbohydrates, to make pyruvate. These pyruvate undergo a series of chemical reactions and complexes like the pyruvate dehydrogenase complex and the citric acid cycle, squeezing all of the energy out of the original glucose molecule as possible. After the citric acid cycle, molecules undergo electron transport chain and oxidative phosphorylation, which occur in the mitochondria. Human mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Mitochondria have an inner mitochondrial matrix and an intermembrane space, which are separated by the inner membrane. Embedded within the mitochondrial inner membrane is ATP synthase. ATP synthase uses proton motive force, PMF, to convert ADP and inorganic phosphate to ATP, a molecule that provides energy required for cellular function. ATP synthase has two regions, the FO region in the inner membrane and the F1 region in the mitochondrial matrix. Both regions are connected by the FO peripheral stalk and the F1 central stalk. Now we're going to talk about the assembly of ATP synthase. The F1 region in the matrix begins with the ATP synthase catalytic head. This catalytic head connects to the central stalk, a regulatory IF1 protein which prevents premature ATP hydrolysis by ATP synthase is added. And then finally, the peripheral stalk links F1 to the F0 region. When protons are transported from the FO inner membrane, the C8 ring rotates. 3 heterodimers of the alpha and beta subunits of the F1 region form the reactive centers that undergo conformational changes upon the rotation of the gamma subunit of the central stalk, leading to the synthesis of ATP. Then IF1, the regulatory protein, falls off. Now we have a complete active ATP synthase enzyme.
Pump it up while your feet are stumping and the jam is pumping. Look ahead, the crowd is jumping. Pump it up a little more, get the party going on the dance floor.